Good. To set the scene really quickly for you guys, because this might affect what you choose to do. I know you guys have been thinking about things. So, the priest is actually like around here. There is a soldier who is close to Isaac, and there are 3 other soldiers that have civilians kneeling in front of them with knives to their throats. Now, all of these zealots, let's call them zealots, are in heavily armor-plated golden armor, and they all have these stave-like pole arms on their backs. Obviously, 3 of them have them on their backs because they're holding knives to throw. It's kind of hard to hold both weapons at once. The one towards Isaac has one in his hands. And Lucas is on top of the building.
Hi.
Tavbak and Xavier, Thedo, are right where they are, and Isaac, you are where you are. So,
my character's name is Xavier. I'm just going as Thedo. Everyone else knows me as Thedo. Okay, which is the asshole who's panicking? Who's about? Because I remember last session.
Yeah, there was somebody with a dagger.
He's a millisecond away from slitting a throat.
That's actually the purple one.
In the back? Okay.
Yeah, in the back here. He also, oddly enough, had the highest initiative. Though he only has 1 attack because he is freaking balls.
Yeah, well, he only needs 1 attack to slit a person's throat.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah.
Okay, so when we stopped, the fire outside burst into flames. The priest started freaking out, screaming, "Attack! Attack!" Like they're attacking. And that's when, time slowed down. And Isaac is the first to react.
Okay, so this guy has a knife to somebody's throat, and it looks like he's going to actually stab them. I would like to use telekinesis on the knife.
Okay.
And throw it to him, to the priest. Okay. I'll actually change my color so it's more vibrant so you can see. Yeah. So the rules are, generally for telekinesis, you have to spend ISP to move an object that is a certain weight. How does that work with opposed checks? Is it a strength check? Do I have to roll my mental agility against his strength or something?
Let me think for a second. I know Inferno once had me do something similar, where it was an opposed strength check to see if he could pull it out of if I could pull something out of someone's hand. However, my telekinesis was magic, and it was very set. Whereas you can pump more in to make it stronger.
Yes.
So, here's a question for you. How much ISP is Isaac pumping into this?
I would like to use 10 ISP to use, or to apply 40 pounds of weight onto this knife.
Okay, hang on. I'm going to just do something very simple. Check. Okay, well that's not okay. We still have to do strength. I was going to see how many pounds of pressure can an arm pull, and that's actually quite impressive. So what we'll do is a strength check. You're going to do 40 pounds of pressure, which means I'm going to have him roll a straight D20. You're going to do a D20 plus 4.
Okay.
All right. So here's his D20. Oof.
Oh, come on.
You could still.
I could still crit?
You could still crit.
No. Damn it.
All right. Here's what I will say though, because this is 40. 20. Yeah, you beat the 20, and this is 40 pounds of pressure. It is not enough to pry it out of his hand, but it is enough to pull his arm, almost fling his arm up and over the throat of the civilian to where it is no longer near the civilian's throat. So basically, it's almost like his entire arm and half his body. Actually, why would I roll a check for a civilian? This is limp noodles. Here's what happens, because you did roll really well, and you did beat his 20. The fact that
you put 40 pounds of force.
Exactly.
Yeah.
the fact that he rolled a critical success means that he's somehow able to hold on to the knife. That doesn't mean he wasn't just yanked really hard. So what happens is the knife and the arm yank towards the priest so much that he ends up stumbling and knocking the person to the ground. So the civilian he's holding is like sprawled out on the ground, and he kind of gets pulled like this.
Okay.
So the civilian, the villager, is like here. He's here, and he's no longer holding the villager.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
And that is going to be 2 actions from you.
2?
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I'm thinking magic spells. One action from you.
Yeah. It would be 1 action.
Yeah. I know. I got magic confused. My apologies. All right. So that's 1 action from you. And Xavier, it is your turn.
Green and blue still have knives to people's throats, right?
Yes, sir.
I can't let that happen. I'm going to run charging towards the blue one. I'm going to do a full tackle to try and knock him aside and knock him down.
Okay. All right. So
I can't move my token, but...
Hang on. Let me give everyone control of their tokens, which is weird. It shouldn't lose it because I just copy pasted them over, but it's fine. Oh, actually, apparently only your token lost the ability to be controlled.
No, you just gave it to me, I guess. Oh, really?
yeah,
okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways.
All right,
Do a flying tackle.
So you're doing like a body tackle.
Body slam. Yeah. I'm both arms out, just throwing my entire weight at this guy. Gotta knock him off his feet.
All right, I know there's actually a hand-to-hand move in this. By chance, does Xavier have wrestling? I don't think he does.
Nope.
That's fine.
Nope.
That's fine.
Nope.
Okay, so here's the deal. It's going to count as a melee attack, right? You're going to, if you hit him with it, you will do 1d6 SDC. Plus, he has a 50% chance of knocking him down.
All right, so I just have to get over 5, and I have 1d20 plus 1, so I succeed. Barely.
He has
Take this SDC damage. I actually have a bonus to my damage. Can I add that?
Yes, you can.
4 SDC damage to him. Now get knocked over.
Okay. Now which priest is this? This is blue priest, right?
Blue. Yes.
Blue priest. He's not going to try and dodge you or anything. He's actually he never would believe someone would act so brazenly to these guys. So he's going to be, I think, a bit blindsided here. By wait, this guy's actually charging me? He does manage to stay on his feet though.
Okay. I tried. That's all I can do. That's my action.
Okay. Tavbak, your turn.
Do I just bounce kind of right off of him or something, or?
Well, I'll leave it up to you a little bit. You can bounce right kind of off of him, or you can kind of be sitting there with your arms wrapped around his waist, going, yeah.
No, that's ridiculous. I think I'll just bounce off.
All right, so he is wearing really heavy armored plate that you kind of bounce off, but he does take the 4 SDC damage.
Great. I'll show him. Are you sure it's not the armor that takes the damage? Because I'm sure I rolled underneath his armor rating.
I know, and I thought about that one. I'm actually going to give it to him because there is such a thing as blunt force trauma that armor doesn't help too much against.
Yeah, it's the same concept as somebody in power armor falling a really ridiculous long amount of time and not going. Yeah.
All right. So it is Tavbak's turn.
Okay, the green guy here, he has a hostage as well, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to point at him, and then I'm going to do like the Bruce Lee with the hands, like the Neo. You know, like the fingers toward you, like, come on, you and me.
Okay.
Because I can't speak to him.
All right. Is that your whole action?
Yeah, because I can't, like I said, I can't say anything, so I have to use gestures.
Yeah, so you're basically taunting him.
Got it.
I'm taunting him. Yeah.
Cool.
Or goading him, yeah.
Got it. All right. Speaking of, well, not him. It's Zealot Purple. His one action. What is he going to do? He lost the civilian. Would that really be on his mind right now? No, it would not. He is going to. He's freaking out. He's going to run over here to his superior and take a defensive position in front of him. But his eyes are wild. He unsheaths his polearm, holds it in both hands, and is just looking around the room. All right, now it's the priest's turn. Pry. He starts frantically chanting something in a language you're unfamiliar with. And a blue force of light kind of shines around him. And let's see here. That's his turn. And Zealot Red is going to take a shot at Isaac. He lowers his polearm almost like a rifle and pulls a trigger, and there's a very loud boom as the tip of the polearm, which looks like a rifle, fires a buckshot round at Isaac. So Isaac, this is towards you. Now give me a second. Red. I'm hearing some echo. I'm hearing myself echo. Is anyone else hearing that?
I'm hearing
No.
I do a little.
So he has no bonuses because he's kind of scared and he's lost one attack. So this is just towards you, main body. 6 is just enough to hit.
Okay.
Do you want to take an action? Dodge, parry, or I guess not parry,
Well,
dodge, or simultaneous attack?
I could simultaneous attack, but I have no weapons in hand.
Mm.
I could dodge, but this is a shot that is within 10 feet, so I have no bonuses or anything.
You could do, just letting you know, you could do like a psi attack or anything like that if you have or choose to.
You could roll a natural 16 or higher, and then you dodge.
No, I'll just take the damage.
Okay. So, let's see here. Alright, so you take 16 SDC to your armor.
Okay. My armor
Well,
is in
that's better than-
tatters.
In tatters.
Yes.
That's not good. Do I still sound okay? I lowered my
Yeah.
microphone.
Yeah.
volume.
Yeah, you sound fine.
Okay.
Had your armor taken damage before, Bird?
Yeah, from the Palladians.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay.
It is under half, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Tatters says something very
Yeah,
different to me.
Tatters implies that there's like 1 or 2 left.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then, yeah, it's in shambles,
Got
I
it.
guess. Okay.
All right. Lucas, it's your turn.
Oh boy. Let's see what Lucas is going to do. Well, I guess first things first, he will probably get down from the roof. How high is this thing?
It's only about 10 feet from the roof, so if you wanted to drop down and whatnot, it would not be an issue whatsoever. Like, okay, it depends. If you want to just leap from the roof, that's one thing. But if you like, you know what I mean, like when you just kind of lower yourself down quickly and you'd fall like the last 3 or 4 feet.
I see. Lucas will most likely grab onto the edge, jump and still hold on to the edge, and then kind of kick off for the last amount of distance down to the floor.
Okay. Do you want to do okay, here's the thing. I'd say that would take about one action. If you want to do something other than dismount, you can take 2 actions.
No, I think that'll be it for Lucas.
Okay. Okay, so it is the Blue Zealot's turn. The Blue Zealot, who is still also kind of freaking out here, is going to push the villager away and face Xavier and swipe at him with his knife.
Oh, sweet.
The man who tried to tackle him. He's very... And Xavier, he looks scared and indignant, which is a very strange combination.
Okay.
All right. Blue... okay, and he's at a -2 to attack. So he swipes at you with the knife and misses.
It misses.
All right. So that's blue and then green. Green, having not been attacked by anyone or threatened by anyone, like in immediate danger.
Tavbak.
Yes, beyond the hand signal from Tavbak, is going to look at Tavbak, grin, and attempt to slash the villager's throat, which is going to basically be an attack against its throat. He is at a -1 for this turn.
Could I make a simultaneous attack?
No.
Okay.
You can only make a simultaneous attack when it's done against you.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so that's definitely enough to hit. The villager will at least get a chance to parry it, though it is a villager and they are in a very bad position, but they will have a chance.
Oh well. What can I do?
No, they did not parry it, which means they are going to take... Give me 1 second.
Can't save everyone.
3 damage to the throat directly, which basically is enough to open up the throat. Doesn't kill them immediately, but they fall to the floor holding their throat with a lot of blood leaking out.
Okay.
And he looks at Tavbak while he does this. That is his turn. So we are back up to Isaac.
Okay, and this was green?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to move to, let's see, my speed is 21, so about here. Use my action to take out my thunder guns. Then I'll use another action to shoot both into him.
Okay.
So let me mark off un and dos. Alright, so let's roll 1d20 plus 4 because I'm not linked with these. 18.
All right. Let's see. Certainly enough to hit him. What is he going to do? He is going to... He's going to simultaneously... With what, though?
Yeah, exactly.
He's going to take it. He's
He has a
going to
knife.
take it like a chump.
Alright, then
Yeah.
I need to know if he is a magic user or supernatural.
No, neither.
Neither. Okay, just normal ass human.
Mm-hmm. Well, Syrian.
He takes 27 SDC.
All right, and that is enough to bypass its armor.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
so there will be 2 lightning bolts that strike him in the chest, essentially.
Not in the chest, actually.
Mm?
Give me a second.
Right in the groin.
You actually kill him. You rolled high enough to... These guys are covered in armor. About the only parts of them that are not covered in armor are their hands, the lower part of their face, and their joints look a little weaker. Considering how much damage you did and how well you rolled, I would have to assume those 2 lightning bolts struck him in the chin.
Okay.
Because you strike him in the face and actually blow him a few feet over as he falls smoking to the floor.
All right.
All right. Xavier, your turn.
If I were to take an aim shot at his chin and take an aim shot at his hand, we're talking about the blue guy in front of me, blue armor, blue dot guy, what will be the penalties for the chin and then for the hand?
All right, for the chin, I would say a minus. Is that chin region? I'd say a -7. For the hand, I would also say a -7. No, I'm sorry. No, I'd say -5 for the hand. Because it's -3 for the arm, so I think for the hand it'd be like a -5.
Now, where is the hostage, the innocent person? It's still probably quite near him, right? By the front of him?
Yeah, basically at his feet, because he basically tossed her over here and then turned to face you, so like right here.
Oh, he tossed her, huh?
Well,
Okay.
a little bit, you know, like
Good to know.
shoved him to the floor.
Yep. All right. I'm going to step back a few feet, whip out my pistol, take a careful shot, and shoot him. Shoot him in the hand that's holding the knife.
Okay.
-5, and I actually have a +5 to aim shot, so there'll be no bonus. So let's see what I got. Wait, that was a slash. That wasn't a roll. See what happened there?
Yes, I did see. You're good.
There you
That's
go.
a critical hit.
It is.
That's a critical hit for me.
Oh.
When I leveled up from level 5 to 6, I got a critical hit on a 19 or 20.
Nice.
That's
Isn't
with
that just
range?
for melee combat? Yeah, I thought that was just with hand to hand.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
probably.
not entirely sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not
if
entirely sure
it's-
either, because the amount of attacks I get, I get +1 attack. That's ranged.
Yeah.
All it says is critical strike on 19 or 20. You can interpret it however you want.
I'm gonna have to say I always thought that is for hand to hand, because, for example, when it comes to a hand to hand combat, your pluses to strike don't count for range; they only count for hand to hand. And you
This
know,
is true.
so I would also think that a critical.
It's a weird place. Honestly,
Yeah.
though, it's a weird place, because if you think about it, the amount of how fast I can move in hand to hand shouldn't affect how fast I can move with my gun either. But it does.
That's true. But also, again, if you also think about that, that would mean that anyone that gets a death strike on a roll of 20 would mean that a death strike with a ranged weapon would kill someone.
Oh, here we go. Wait a second. We'll see what it says here real quick. Critical strike. Tangled. Well, it doesn't say anything in the combat terms. That's weird. If that's how you want to do it, that's how we do it, though. But the important thing is I hit him in the hand, I guess.
Right. Yeah. I'm gonna say, because I think we do this for most things, is that the only part that pertains to ranged weapons when it comes to your hand to hand is how many attacks per melee you make.
Hey, that's your call. All right. So let me roll 2d6 for damage.
Yes, please.
Right, straight to the hand.
Straight to the hand.
7.
I'm
That's
gonna shoot
7.
each man in the hand.
Okay. And this is the hand holding the knife, right?
Yes.
Okay. He screams in pain as the bullet rips through his hand, and it hits right at the joint, the knuckle that was holding the knuckle of the middle finger. So he drops the knife, and you see his hand is in such a way that his middle finger is kind of hanging at an odd angle, and I do mean hanging.
Good. Fucker. I guess he's not slitting anyone's throat with that. That's my action.
All right. Okay. So, give me a second. All right. Then it is Tavbak's turn.
Okay. I'm going to help the bleeding hostage.
Okay.
Yeah, since the green guy's dead and,
Mhm.
and Xavier's basically got this blue guy in business, I am going to go. Well, I'm gonna wherever they tell.
The hostage is right about here. So right
Okay.
about here.
Okay. And I don't have any medical skills, but I'm gonna try to apply pressure and try to stem some of the bleeding.
Okay. Roll me a D100. I'm basically going to have you make an unskilled paramedics check.
Oh, lovely. Okay, hold on just a sec here. All right, 47.
Okay. You start like pulling some bits of cloth and things like that to try and put pressure on the wound. Maybe you're not quite doing it right. Maybe you are. It seems like you are stopping some of the blood, but it is still leaking out very quickly, and their eyes are starting to glaze over.
Okay, I just wanted to try.
No, I understand, and and at this moment you can still feel through the pressure you're putting on the throat a pulse.
Okay, like I said, I'm gonna do whatever I can.
I understand.
And under the circumstances, and yeah, just try to help as much as I can. So
right.
That's it.
All right. Zealot P has no more actions. The priest is going to snarl at Isaac, who's just killed. Well, no. You know what? I think he was focused on Xavier mostly anyway. So he's going to snarl and speak some more words. And hang on, let me read something real quick here.
Sure. So I'm looking in the rule book, right? And so I went to the not to the hand-to-hand section, but to the high-tech war machine ones, and it defines critical strike as if you roll really high on your dice, and the 20 is always it. So it doesn't completely clarify. So really, either interpretation is quote unquote right. So it makes sense. Both arguments make sense, really. So it's all good.
All right. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I'm doing this right. Haven't done magic combat with people much before. So, okay. Got it. He is going to speak some words that's going to take his last action. And he's going to a bolt of energy. It's almost as if the air around him starts to warp and slams towards you. You have a chance of dodging it if you roll an 18 or higher, or you can do a simultaneous attack.
No savers magic. It's either roll a dodge.
He's firing an energy bolt. Yeah. So saving throw is a dodge of 18 or higher.
And what's my dodge bonus? +2. So I need to get a 16 or higher or do a simultaneous attack. Well, fuck it. Let's just dodge it. Can't take all that much. Yeah. And use up my last action.
Okay. So I'm going to say he can't just magically tell it what to strike. So it's just going to be to your main body. You take 15 SDC.
Okay. I have 25 left in my armor. Groovy.
All right, that is his action. Now it is the red zealot's turn. He is going to do like a pump action type thing with his polearm and take another shot at Isaac. So this is again towards Isaac. Oh, hang on, let me be sure. Red has no bonuses. Okay, no penalties, but no bonuses. So there's a shot to Isaac. It's enough to hit. Isaac, what would you like to do?
I'd like to make a simultaneous attack.
Okay.
Back at him.
All right. So I'll go ahead and roll his damage. Roll your attack. That's definitely a hit. All right.
Let me mark off my attack.
And you're going to take 10 SDC to the armor.
Okay. Now my armor is in tatters. Yeah.
Tatters.
Okay, so I get to roll my damage to him, which is 31. Kaboom!
You're rolling really well tonight.
Yeah.
Big bada boom.
These guys have an armor of 15. Isaac gives no fucks.
Nope.
All right, that's 2 dead. Lucas, it's your turn.
Oh, jeez. You know what? Yeah, he's going to like come into the room yelling about, "Did someone order pie?" And then he's going to.
One banana cream pie coming right up.
Oh my, that's gonna be interesting. He's going to hurl this at the magic user over there.
Okay.
What is the plus to this? Oh god. 4 plus. Yeah.
So,
So fuck
no
you.
actions left. So, what happens to him?
Oh, okay. So make sure that I specify exactly what kind this is. But let's see. I am 7, so that's there's that. 26
SDC.
Yep, SDC acid damage that is currently trying to burn away whatever the flip he has on.
Okay, you see the pie strike what looks like a blue shimmering force field right above his skin. As it starts to, but despite that, it still makes this sizzling hiss noise. And that'd be, I think, 2 of your actions, right? Yeah, we round down, I believe, when we use spells. So 2 of your actions. I know it's usually two spells per round, but don't we generally round down on that?
Sure. Yeah. It's
I
up
think
to
if
the
I
DM.
used I don't think I can use a second spell this turn. I'll say that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. Is that since
Right.
he already
Oh,
did
right,
another
right, right, right.
action, this is the spell he can use this turn.
Right. Yeah, that I understand. But I mean, like, so you would still have 2 actions left to do something. But if you want
Up to the GM.
spell,
Yeah.
So just burn 2 of your actions.
Mhm.
All right, Zealot Blue, who's actually still kind of alive. What's he going to do? Oh boy. He's got a bloody hand.
Sure does. Sure hurts a hell of a lot too, motherfucker.
Give me a second. You can't really use a polearm. He is Saw two of his friends die. Give me 1 second. Okay. He manages to pull himself together long enough to try and tackle Xavier.
Okay.
So he's going to, with a scream of rage and pain, he's going to charge you and try and basically do the same thing you did to him.
Okay. He has a -2, right?
Yes, he is. 7.
That's enough. I can't dodge.
Does auto parry work, or is that like a...
Mm,
You can't really parry a
Yeah.
full-on body block.
right.
All right.
But it still only has a 50...
You can't just deflect the man's entire body away with a whatcha. Doesn't work that way.
That would be
I've
hilarious,
seen
though.
that. Jackie Chan did that.
Xavier is
Alright.
not Jackie Chan.
So, Xavier, you're going to
okay.
take 2d6, and if you could roll me a... Do you have sense of balance?
No.
Okay, roll me a straight d100 to get under 50.
No.
So you take 10 SDC and are body checked to the ground.
So my body takes 10 SDC?
Correct.
Okay, give me a moment. I got so sick of Adobe Acrobat,
Mm.
I installed another program, so you gotta give me a moment here.
No, I completely
I'll just
understand.
make a note of it in my here. 10 SDC damage. I have probably 6 SDC left or something like that. I'll have to confirm in a moment.
All right, now it's important to note he's not on top of you. He basically body checked you, not tackled you.
Okay.
All right, Zealot G is
There we
dead.
go.
Isaac, it's your turn.
Oh, goody.
Goody.
How do you look, Xavier?
Just give me a moment here.
Okay.
Like shitballs.
I have 3 SDC left.
Holy shit.
Yeah. I have not joked that I will die to rubber bullets. I have 25 hit points, 13 SDC.
Okay.
So I look winded and with the dude on top of me.
Okay.
Well, standing over you, yeah.
Yeah, dude standing over me.
Fire at him.
Okay.
Blams.
Okay, movie announcer met guy. Okay, that is enough to hit.
Yeah.
Good.
This is going to
It's
be in his
also-
armor, though.
No, it's not.
Really?
Yeah, 15 armor.
Hooray!
He's got 15 armor.
Yeah, 15.
Yeah,
You got a 17.
you got a 17.
Oh, I thought it
It's-
was the
it's
normal
enough of
die.
it.
Yeah.
No. Because
I'm
remember,
used to
Inferno
13th
made a very,
age.
very good point. Inferno made a very good point of, if you don't get to add your bonuses, then what's the point of having the bonuses when it comes to trying to dodge armor or called
Yeah.
shots or things like that? So
It was the point of being skilled.
yeah.
Yeah.
So no, that's enough to hit him. He is going to try and dodge.
How?
Okay.
He's out of attacks.
Oh wait, never mind. He is going to try and die.
Yeah,
Thank you.
he does
And I
very
hope
well.
I would have seen that too when I looked over, but you got it before I did. So he's going to try and die, Mr. Bond.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So that
another
was-
one.
Zero.
All right,
3 bullets.
Tavbak.
I have 3 bullets left in each gun.
All right, I'm just gonna let you guys know. So Tavbak, Lucas, you are the only two for the rest of this round that have any actions left to spend.
Good. Kill him. Or do whatever you want. But kill them.
Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. Goddamn. All right. Yes. Lucas pulls 2 bloody flutes from his back and runs at this particular person and swings both of them wildly at his blue shimmering body.
Okay.
triple check this. I knock him out.
Yeah, critical strike, and this is hand to hand.
Woo! Kablams.
Yeah. No. Okay, this is certainly a thing. What I have to figure out is how, like, Lucas, how did you do it? Because he is covered by a magical, like, it's like armor of Ithian, consider it that way. But you did roll a 19, so I'm going to give it to you. I just need you to tell me what exactly happens.
Alright, he's a dual attacker with two very large flutes, and what he does, he's going to wind up with both of them, and he's going to slam them both against the sides of his head, making an eerie ringing sound.
Alright, do me a favor. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay, roll 2d6 plus strand damage 8.
He had 18 points left.
He's not gonna have a good time.
He was a level 4 mage with a 40-point armor, and your pie did 22, which left him with 18. So basically, your flutes, you wind them up and string as hard as you can, and break through the field just enough to bonk him in the side of the head and knock him unconscious.
I like.
He's not gonna have a good time with that pie.
No, he's not.
Oh god.
It's still
Okay,
burning.
Tavbak's turn.
Yeah, Tavbak, you still have 2 actions left.
All right, this whole time I've been concentrating on this, on the hostage here. What do I need to do now? Do I need to roll anything else, or just keep doing what I'm doing?
Roll me one more unskilled paramedics check, please.
Oh God, please just. Okay, they're dead.
Yeah. You got one more. Like, if you wanna use your last action to concentrate on it, you can try one more roll.
Okay. Well, sure. Okay. All right, here we go.
Please.
And.
Son of a
I
bitch!
did even worse.
As you try your hardest, you see the eyes glaze over, and their mouth works as if they're trying to say something, but they can't because their vocal cords have been slit. And as you desperately try, the body jerks 3 times and then falls limp.
Okay.
It is I should probably describe it. The man that you're holding in your arms is a middle-aged, looks like he's in his mid-30s, slightly starting to bald, portly, average-looking fellow. And Lucas, you have 2 actions left, I believe.
I have one action.
One action left. Yeah.
One action left. He's going to step over to this man, and oh yeah, he's definitely going to do this. Drop your weapon, or you will face the same fate as this man, as he's going to point over to his probably now sizzling chest since this is the end of the round, which I'm going to roll the pie damage again. 4d6.
The acid burns through the man's chest, leaving a sickening, burning, almost cooked meat scent.
With slight lemon meringue pie scent.
Lemony cooked meat.
Gross.
Well, we can go ahead and pause combat here. This guy was already freaked out of his mind. I don't see any way that he's going to be like, nah, I just saw 4 of my peeps die. Tripping balls
this.
over here. I got this. He immediately drops his polearm and puts his hands up.
Well, we have a prisoner,
Not
which
for
we can
long.
immediately execute.
There's the problem, though. We need to give him a chance. Otherwise, our Triumphant is going to be no different than theirs, right?
Yeah.
By the way, to give you guys a little flavor text, or to show you what's going on, the entire room, with 20 some odd people, are pressed up against the walls, huddled down, crouched to make themselves as small as possible. And as Xavier says that, and I'm assuming that was said in character, right?
No, it wasn't.
Oh,
No.
okay. I'm sorry. Then, as Lucas says what he does, and the soldier drops his pole arm, people start to look up, and it is suddenly very, very quiet in the room. For the past 15 seconds, it has been nothing but loud noises, gunshots ringing, and all of a
Thunderous
sudden,
lightning storm
deathly-
sounds and shit.
yeah, now it's deathly quiet.
Thedo, Xavier as Thedo, will stand up and he'll look around and he'll say, "There is no need to fear. The Radiant has been vanquished. Truth has won. The Triumphant is mightier."
Isaac will go over to the 2 hostages that were on the ground and make sure they're okay.
Okay. They look terrified, but other than that, they look unharmed.
Then he will... Well, I should have said this before. While he was moving over, he put his guns away. He will move back over to the table where the kids were at and start to finish mending them.
Okay. As you do that, Tavbak, you hear a soft moan from behind you as you hear, "Pater, Pater!" And this middle-aged woman starts crawling up to you.
Can I give a little bit of a cinematic here?
Sure.
While he died, I'm like kneeling down over him, my hands in it, and I'm looking at my bloody hands, just motionless.
Okay.
And then I hear the woman, right?
Yeah, so you've placed him on the ground and you're looking at
Mhm.
your hands.
Yeah.
She crawls up to the body and cradles it.
Okay, and there's really nothing much I could do. I just kind of just come to my senses and just slowly get up, still looking at my hands and them, and just walk backwards. I mean, and just, if I fall over something, I don't care, but at this point here, I'm thinking to myself as a character, I killed the person. I just killed this person.
Right.
You know, and it's
Gotcha. All right,
Yeah.
so Tavbak backs up, shocked, though his mask hides it from everyone. The room, with the exception of the girls moaning, is still very, very quiet. Lucas, Xavier, what do you guys do?
I'll let Lucas go first, and then I'll continue speaking.
Lucas will ask him. He's actually going to go. Could you please remove any particular weapons and armaments, please? No, hats. Hats are kind of a faux pas. He's not going to say that the hats are the faux pas. But could you take off any particular armors or anything like that? We want to make sure that that you got nothing up your sleeve.
He very shakily takes off his helmet, and underneath it you see dark, brown, almost black hair that falls to his shoulders. And he begins, not saying a word, just very wide-eyed and disbelieving as he looks around him, begins taking off bits of his armor. He takes off the belt knife that he had resheathed. He's already dropped the pole arm, and he begins taking off like his bracers and things like that.
Oh, am I good to do something?
Sure.
Mhm.
Okay. Xavier will look around to the disarming gentleman and the woman weeping with her husband, and he'll say, "Woe is this day, Baker's Village, that you had to witness the goings-on of two murderers, one of your own and one of these men," and he'll point over to the still alive Radiant Guard. "You all saw what took place. I cannot speak for your laws or your customs. However, since it was the Triumvirate that willed our victory here, perhaps it is the Triumvirate who should begin a trial of this man, of this murderer."
There is quiet, and then you hear from somewhere in the room, "Kill him! Kill the bastard!" And then you hear somewhere else on the other side, "No, no, the gods will revenge. They'll come get us all."
You have no gods to fear anymore, Baker's Village. I assure you. If the mad gods truly had power, would we not be struck down this very moment for harming their servants? And Xavier will look up to the ceiling and he'll bring his hands up high and he goes, "Come on, Mad Six! Strike me down! Turn me to cinders! Do it! Do it!" These were the last words Xavier ever spoke.
So, you take 5d6 mega damage to
Yeah.
the face.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. I did just go with the gods.
Nothing happens to Xavier. But despite Xavier's strong, confident proclamations, you still hear mutters across the room. "They'll send the beast. They'll send the beast to destroy us. No, no, he gave us his word. He'll protect us. Nothing can protect us from the beast." They're very quiet whispers, as if everyone's afraid to speak aloud, anything higher than a whisper.
Xavier, as Theta, will look around and he'll say, "Come with us outside to the courtyard, where we still hear Dearest's tears, who weep for this poor man." He'll gesture over to the dead body, a dead innocent body, not these four other fuckers. And he'll say, where we can hear her tears, and I can propose the trial of the Triumvirate. You will see our power, you will see our protection, and together, as a town, you can decide the future of your souls and your well-beings. And with that, Xavier is going to calmly, very, very calmly begin to walk towards the back door. Although Lucas, who's probably the closest to him, will probably hear Xavier mutter, "What the hell am I doing?" To the courtyard.
All right. Lucas, Isaac, Tavbak, what are you guys doing?
In that order.
Sure.
Okay.
Lucas?
Give me a second. He looks at the man up and down. He says, "There's missing something." And he just asks if you would come with me. As he gets behind the man and pokes him to go forward with one of his flutes.
He doesn't resist you. But as he starts walking, he says, "You're making a big mistake. Let me go." As you head out the front door. Isaac.
Well, the total time that it would have taken, if I recall correctly, with all of the rolls that I made and all the stuff to heal the kids, was going to be about 28 minutes. I was interrupted 12 minutes in, so I have to complete the rest of the healing in 16 minutes.
So until that 16 minutes is up, basically you're oblivious to anything that's going on?
I'm oblivious. I am. If anybody tries to interrupt Isaac, he will look at them with utter annoyance.
Got it. All right. Tavbak, what are you doing?
I'm going to pick up one of those pole arms. And how does it work? I mean, can I figure it out real quick? Is it still in gun mode or is it still in pole arm mode?
Well, what are your weapon proficiencies?
Energy pistol and sword.
You have no idea how this thing works.
All right. Well, I'll pick it up, hold it as a memento.
Okay.
And I'm going to head towards the door, too.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone follows you out the door with the exception of the kids, who are still unconscious on the tables, and the grieving widow over the corpse of her husband, who, Isaac, you would still... You'd know she's there because she is not being very quiet in her grief.
And since she's not being very quiet, I'm going to round up the time it takes to about 20 minutes.
Sure.
Yeah, because it kind of breaks his concentration a bit.
Got it. So we can go ahead and move out of the white box and go back into the...
bigger box?
The village.
Mm-hmm.
Where the fire, I believe, is not still.
Let me actually check the time on that. Because I think I just threw it at the beginning of the battle. It's been 15 seconds and a bit of talking.
Actually, now that I think about it, it might... I don't know how long it lasts, but it's conceivable it's more than 30 seconds.
Also, I drew it.
I'm sure if it's a magic spell, Lucas could just dispel it with a thought.
Right.
Yeah.
That's up to him.
Duration until thrown. From red. Plasma. I guess it does go out.
Okay, I'm gonna use the washroom. I'll be right back.
Sure.
Huh. I didn't read this fully. Apparently, once it actually gets thrown and hits, liquid plasma goes everywhere and immediately burns up into flames, and then when exposed to the air. Wait. Why is there no duration on this?
Maybe because there is no duration. Maybe it's like a woof type of thing. Yeah. Like a fireball.
I'd like to hope so, because that shit would burn to the point to where it would ignite this entire building.
Well, but if it's magic, he can probably just dispel it at will.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's also 15 feet, which is basically the radius of this thing. It's not going to go out of the freaking this thing.
So what actually happened is when you threw it, it hit and it went woof, and a huge, spectacular fireball. But that was it. It didn't actually burn. But it did damage the fountain pretty badly. The fountain looks intact, but is charred black. The water has been completely evaporated within it. So most of the village, well, not most, about 20 some odd people. So a little under half the village is, well, actually I said there's about 100 people here. A good portion, I'd say a third of the village, has followed out of the tavern and gathered around the city as Lucas brings the guy. And as he approaches the fountain, he's still saying, "I promise you're making a mistake. If you hurt me, if you kill me, they will find you. They will hurt you. Please, let me go. I won't tell anyone, I promise."
Lucas will generally be silent other than humming himself a delightful tune on the way.
All right. So
Okay.
the village gathers around to where you guys are standing.
Okay. With most people assembled, and Xavier will give some time for stragglers to come in, so this does not nearly have to be immediate. But he'll stand across from them, across from where, Lucas has placed this soldier, looking at everyone with his disfigured face. He didn't have time to collect his helmet. And he says, "The Triumphant is not mad. The Triumphant is fair and loves all its children. And although Baker's village has not embraced the Triumphant just yet, I know already it is blossoming in your hearts. And you are beings of Cyrene, and therefore deserve the Triumphant's judgment and mercy." With a single set of words, if you dare to repeat after me, then we can invoke our three gods and lay righteous judgment upon this man, upon this murderer. Do not speak unless you are certain. And for those of you who are bold, who are ready to believe, repeat after me. Then Xavier will pause, take a careful look around, gather his thoughts, and say, "Seslios the Wise, come to us." And then he's going to wait to see who repeats after him.
Roll me
Uh-huh.
a charm check. Make it easier by 20.
All right. So 1d100, I want minus 20 to make it easier. And I succeed by 18.
Okay. So of the 30 some odd people that are there, 18 of them, with strong, sure voice, repeat what you said.
Okay. And then he'll continue with a small smile on his face. "Dearest Stormbringer, descend upon us."
20 some odd people intoned.
"Padum, Lord of Light, bring your justice."
A few more people.
I would like to note that Lucas is playing along with this. He's not just silently standing there.
Got it. Is it safe to assume Tavbak is silently standing there?
Yeah, in a bit of a freaking daze, though.
All right.
They will give a nod. "O great Triumphant, bring your gaze here to Baker's village. Bring your gaze to those that gather here today. Look into their souls and their hearts, but in particular look into the heart of this man here, and bring us your And then suddenly, Xavier is going to spasm violently, as if he's in the middle of having a horrible seizure. His arms are going to fling back behind him as he jitters from top to bottom, as his hands glide over his face, scratching at it down to his neck. And then I would like to make a skill check.
Oh, wow.
Mr. DM.
Yes.
I would like to roll a lore galactic alien because Xavier has traveled across the galaxy, and Xavier wants to bring to mind the deepest, boomingest, most foreign voice he has ever heard from a variety of alien species. Is that feasible?
Yes, it is feasible. It will be slightly harder, though, because it is not just recalling or knowing something, but also putting it into practical use.
Oh, I know. I have a backup, but first I want to see if I can't think of something.
Sure. So, go ahead and do it with a penalty of 15.
I fail on that. So perhaps in the midst of his throw, Xavier's can't recall the most, way back in his memory, when he was a teenager and 20. But he does have one voice that's definitely within very recent memory, and that is the voice of the Splagorth High Lord that interrogated him.
All right.
I would like to attempt to once again, I did it once before as masquerading as him to try to fool those Kitani, but I'd like to do so again and bring upon his voice.
You have a special thing to help with that, don't you?
I sure do. I got my, I have my skill imitate voice and impersonation, then I have my implant, my facial implant right now, which is why I brought my hands to my neck, yeah. Yep. So should I just do that skill check? Should I have any modifiers?
Make it easier by 10 because you've already succeeded in doing this voice once before.
Great. Thank you. I succeed by 13.
Okay.
And then, with this High Lord's voice, still spasming, by the way, but once again, Xavier's hands now will raise above his head on either side, splayed out, and his legs are going to splay out on either side like he's making a giant X. Now, all of a sudden, this deep, gravelly, alien voice escapes from his mouth, and it says, I'm going to just deepen my voice a little bit, but whatever. And Xavier will say, "My children, I hear your sorrow and I descend. Through the faith of my servant and the faith of you all have I decided to bless you with my voice. This man is like all my other children. If he rejects the false mad gods and accepts the triumphant, then he shall live in peace among you. If he does not, then may he meet Dearest in the afterlife, and may my sister's wrath torment him for all eternity. Baker's Village, build your structures, build your fortifications. It is here that we will grant the seed of the triumphant. It is here that hope springs anew. Follow my servants, listen to them well, and be cautious, for even a seed may be drowned by water, may be stomped into the earth." And with that, Xavier's going to collapse onto the ground.
Everyone grows silent, with the exception of one voice that was trying to intone everything that was just said until someone shushes him, trying to repeat the words.
Yeah, Lucas was doing that for just a little bit.
Because there was that one person that's like, well, he said repeat him. Everyone around the village is quiet. Deathly quiet. And then the soldier, the zealot in front of you, looks around at Xavier. His eyes are wide as saucers. And then he begins looking around the village. And he says, Don't listen to him. He lies. I've seen the gods. You've all seen the gods. They know I'm here. They know we came here. If you kill me, they'll know. They'll send the beast. You've all seen the beast. He will set fire to your homes. He's bigger than your entire village. He will destroy you all. Please, let me go.
Xavier will stir a little bit. He'll bring his hand to his head, run it down his face, back to his throat so he can reconfigure it to his voice. He'll raise his head a little bit and say in a dazed, weak voice, "The beast will not come. No one will know that you are ever here. Repent or be purged." And Tavbak putting the plus sign.
Yeah.
While this guy is going on a rant, the minute he's distracted and not looking at me or in my direction, I'm going to draw my sword and I'm just going to put it right across his throat and hold it there and press it into him. Like, if he moves, he's dead.
Got it.
Uh-huh.
He will look at the sword and look at you with wide eyes and then look at Xavier. And he will say, "You're all dead. The beast will come and destroy you all. You're all dead."
Okay. Open him up.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You slice.
Mm-hmm.
Unless a player character would like to stop him.
No.
Mm-hmm.
That was two shots of repentance. He doesn't get a third, I guess.
Just wanted to make sure.
And that's a little bit of justice for me.
So his throat opens and blood falls over his golden plated chest, and he sags to the floor.
All right. Just put my sword away, and then just, walk over by Xavier and just be like, okay.
Well, Xavier's still on the ground. He's still kind of woozy. Well,
with
pretending
that,
to be woozy.
Well, help you up.
The village elder will say, I think we should listen to what the gods told us."
Xavier will say a little bit, and he'll like clearly make his hand shake a little bit and his voice quaver a little bit, and he'll say, Padum granted me my ears still, even though he took my body. I need a moment to rest after such a experience, but he has blessed you. Oh, I never thought I'd say it. And with that, he'll kind of lean against a Tavbak a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna
gesture towards the inn to kind of help him in.
Yeah, I'm gonna fireman's carry you over to the inn.
All right. Okay. Lucas, what are you doing?
There's a lot of blood here.
There is.
There is.
Lucas is actually oh boy. Lucas is going to bend down, and with the cloth that may be around this man's body, he's going to try to wad up the blood that may be still flowing.
Okay. Once he died and his heart stopped pumping, the blood slowed down to a trickle, which is easy to stop.
Right. That's about just what Lucas does, and after that point, will close this man's eyes, and then go back to the inn.
Okay. Is everyone okay if we kind of pull back into a narrative space?
Sure. We'll
Yes.
stop you if something needs to be urgently happen, but yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
So the village elder will direct people to clean up the bodies. He will ask one of you. Is Xavier like acting conscious and aware, just tired?
Oh yeah,
or-
he's complete. Yeah,
okay.
he's just tired.
Okay.
He's fatigued.
Got it.
His body's been used by the gods, Squee.
Yeah, I understand.
My God,
Winky face.
we are going so ham on this whole gods thing. It's amazing.
The village elder would say, what is to be done with the bodies?
Xavier will suggest, in Padam's great wisdom, he said that we had to act cautiously. You should have no fear of this beast that was created, but there's no need to bring in the wrath of men. Let us take their armor. We can use them. We can donate them to the resistance fighters. As for the bodies, we bury them, and it's your job to make sure every single villager swears upon what they hold most dear, and we all come to terms and say that these men never made it to Baker's village. The Palladium's got them.
I understand, I think. We will, of course, do as you said with the bodies.
If you can bury them close to where Palladium's nest, that would be even better.
He nods and he says, what of their craft?
We will take it.
And he says, oh, okay, good. I doubt any of us here know how to, well, it's technology. We don't deal with that, but I will leave it in your hands.
He nods.
And the elder will begin gathering the bodies and stripping them of their armor and weapons.
Mm-hmm. Good. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, hey, 4 sets of armor, 4 weapons, 4 of us, a vehicle. It's going to be real easy to get to that caravan.
Yep.
Very easy. We just have to hide it in the meantime, probably in that cave where we had that meeting with the dean.
Yeah.
We all know where to go from there.
What I was thinking, I'm not sure if you want to redo that or whatnot, but the best place to bury these people's bodies is in the cave underneath the midwives, because it's underneath the houses and it's not generally known.
Here's the only thing about that. If the bodies are found inside the village, no one's convincing anyone of that foul play didn't happen. If we bury them out where Palladians are, there's a better chance that, they still might detect foul play, but it could be bandits, it could be Palladians, you know what I mean? If we get the bodies out of the village, then the village can't be clearly...
Actually, I have a question. Aren't there, domesticated Palladians?
There are some in the village that are the size of very large dogs or very small ponies, usually used for milking or meat.
Dinner time!
And they don't eat meat? They only eat vegetables, or?
Who? No,
the Palladians.
The Palladians?
Yeah.
No, actually, Adelin told you they generally end up eating other Palladians.
Oh, so they don't have the taste for human.
No, they definitely have the taste for human as well. That's one of the things that makes them so dangerous.
We'll chop up the bodies and feed them to the... Then there's no real evidence. Then they really did get eaten by a bunch of Palladians. Just a thought.
Yeah.
It's like the same thing with, I think it was the sequel to Silence of the Lambs. The dude fed people to pigs.
Yes. Except, much like that movie, you have to worry about what to do with the bone and everything, right? Because, I mean,
Yeah.
Palladians will poop.
Yeah,
Will probably
that's true.
poop people.
Yeah.
Right?
Then yeah.
So, well,
yeah.
it's up to us as a group to suggest that. My suggestion is to take the darn bodies over.
I think we get them away from this village as far as we can.
Yeah, I
Sure.
think that's the safest way to do it.
Okay. All right. So the bodies are removed. So the armor. Let me give you guys the. I'll quickly give you the stats on the armor.
Because I don't think any of us actually hit the armor. We all
No.
either beat
No,
the armor
I was-
class,
yeah.
or we shot their hands and shit.
I was very aware of it. Not a single person hit the armor. It is completely undamaged.
This is really good, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone have a weapon skill in conventional rifles or pole arms?
Nope. I have
No.
automatic pistol and energy pistol.
I do not, but I have an idea for the pole arms that I want to maybe do after Isaac is done healing the kids.
Okay, sure. Well, we're in a narrative state, so we can say that you finish healing the children. The chillins.
Okay. So I would like to maybe, perhaps with a penalty, use general recognized weapon quality to figure out how to take apart this weapon and put it back together again to see how it ticks.
Okay. Do you have? But you don't. But so you don't have a skill in conventional rifles or pole arms?
No, I have
Well, then how
automatic
are you gonna know how to
pistols.
take it apart, homie?
Yeah, I was gonna say how would you know where to even begin?
Well,
I could let you
see,
make
here's
a
the thing.
roll,
Here's the
but
thing.
it's-
Here's the thing. Let me sell it. Okay.
Okay.
WP gives the weapon quality, which is what you use to take apart things and put them back together.
Right.
Yes. So he doesn't know how to use it, but the general version just is a general for every single weapon, yada yada yada.
What general version?
No, there's no general version.
There is
for
one.
it. Like if
There
it,
is one.
Is there? What's
Yes,
the skill? Well, what's
in-
the skill?
in-
What's the skill?
Let me look it up. It's in New West. It's general recognized weapon quality.
Oh, and you
Okay.
have that skill?
Yes, it's given to all size slingers and gunslingers.
Okay. What is your percentage in the general recognized weapon quality?
74.
Okay. I'm going to be giving you a severe penalty, and here's why.
Yeah.
Not that it's impossible, but that skill is designed of giving you a general knowledge of weapons in the New West.
True.
This is a completely different planet on a completely different side of the universe, and it is a type of weapon that you do not have intimate knowledge with, either polearms or conventional rifles. So,
Yeah. What
I'm
what
going
I'm
to-
what I'm specifically looking for is I'm looking to see if these weapons are have a what you call it? Let me
E-clip?
not the E-clip. It's the circuit board that we need for the ship. That's what I'm specifically looking for. I don't care about
Got it.
using it or anything like that. I'm fine with trashing them. Trashing.
Okay. All right. Well, roll me the skill check and make it harder by 40.
It. Okay. Minus 32. I succeed by 8.
Wow.
Yes.
All right. So, you're still not certain but you play around with it for a while, and you realize that in one aspect it is similar to some weapons you've seen in the New West, which are called pump shotguns.
Mm.
Now, you as a character haven't really used pump shotguns that much, but you've seen outlaws use them well enough.
Yeah.
And you know that basically there is a little chamber in the side of the barrel of a pump shotgun that you pull back the pump and load the shells in and then pump it to cock and fire.
Mm.
You notice that this polearm has kind of the same mechanism. It has almost like a smooth handle towards the top of the haft that can pull downwards, which reveals a small opening on one of the sides. And you also notice, if you take the time to look around, that all of the guards have these little golden casings that look like they fit right inside. You could experiment with it a little bit. You'll find out that it can hold about 4 of those casings. However, the two things are, you don't sense any sort of circuitry whatsoever. It really looks like it's a polearm with a conventional firing mechanism. And you aren't quite sure how to fire it. You
Okay.
can load it, but you're not quite sure how to fire it.
Yeah. Also, I found the description. It's the ability to accurately determine a weapon's durability, reliability, quality by physically examining it.
Right.
Yeah.
So
basically
so
that.
that's not exactly the same as taking it apart, but it would involve that, I would think. So,
Yeah.
So you succeeded. So you succeeded in learning that, but you are quite confident there's nothing. There's no high tech to this. This is basically a gun combined with a polearm.
Well, fuck. Okay. Well, there goes that idea. Yeah. Anyways, back to the armors.
Okay. Yes. Let me shoot those over to you. So give me 1 second.
Yeah.
So here are the armors. Golden plate has an armor resistance of 15 and 100 SDC.
Holy crap!
Jesus.
That's nice.
No
Yeah.
wonder you said we had a hard
Fight.
go at this. That was, if it wasn't for the horror factor rolls, we probably would have been in bad shape.
Moon boned, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, with Isaac's shots, the
Isaac
horror
is
factor or
just
no
so
horror
DPS.
factor. Yeah. I mean, horror factor, no horror factor. 2 of those guys were dead. So
Yeah.
I added the 4 suits to the group loot armor section, guys.
Sweet.
You also have the give me a second. The blast staffs. Give me 1 second. Let me do this. Let me shoot this over to you guys. You're still not quite sure how to fire it, but
It's fine.
Isaac was able to do enough to get you this much information.
Cool.
And you know what? That's fine. Even we have to just use them as ornaments to.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh. Could we find the daggers?
Oh yeah, the daggers are there.
Okay.
The daggers are 1d6.
Okay. Good.
They're very ornate, very pretty, decent quality daggers. Slightly curved.
Sweet.
All right.
When looking over these daggers, you'll hear Lucas mumble, "Not good for throwing."
No.
How many daggers? 4 of them?
4 of them. No, 5. The priest had 1 as well on his belt. The priest's robes are nothing really special other than the fact that they are very expensive, high quality. Xavier,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even going to make you roll for this because you do like yourself some fine clothes.
I do.
It actually has very thin pressed gold weaves threaded into the robe itself.
Mm.
So it's heavier than you would think a robe would be. It actually looks like at least some of it is real golden thread.
Okay. Gold.
Yes. Range and ammo. Give me a second.
Mhm.
I will specifically note that there is a pie-shaped hole through it, though.
That is true. There is a pie-shaped
I was
hole.
gonna say that too, but I was like, let's not ruin it.
I don't know if that ruins it exactly.
All right. Here, one fine priest's robe, gold lined with pie-shaped hole in it.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah. Give me a second. I will get you the range and the number of shots on those.
Well, he says 5 rounds in it, so I'm assuming it's 5 shots.
Four rounds in it. However, each guard has 10 cartridges on them in addition to the 4 that were in there. One of them has only 2 left because it fired twice. Oh no, I'm sorry. 2 separate ones. 2 separate guards fired, I believe.
But that just answers our ammo capacity, which
exactly.
is 4.
Right. 4 and 10 on each guard. So think 14 for 3 guards and 12 for 1 guard.
We can
and
do
that's
that.
how many you have.
We can divide that up later.
Yeah.
Sorry, still trying to find range.
14 on 1 guard and 13 on the others?
No. 14 on 3 guards and 12 on 1. So only 1 guard.
Okay,
either 1 guard
rounds.
fired twice, or there were 2 shots fired. So think every guard carried 14 minus 2 shots.
Got it. 4 rounds for the blast staff. Might as well just keep that.
You could have just said that, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I.
You're making me use my brain and it hurts.
The effective range is 100 feet.
Oh, okay, cool. Excellent. All right.
You know, if a priest and 4 radiants leave the Citadel at 200 miles per hour and they travel for 3 hours, they'll reach Bakersfield. Anyways.
So, what does the vehicle look like?
Yes, that's a good question to ask with the whole the whole narrative thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sure. So if you guys go outside the west gate, you'll see a. Well, let me pull it out there for you so you can actually see it. It's rather large. It's about twice the size of your van, and it is. Oh, give me a second. I gotta pull it over.
Some nice rims on it.
It is here. Let me move this to the right layer. There you go. Wait, whoops. It helps if I move it to the right layer, not just go to the right layer myself. There you go. So it is completely gold colored, just like everything else with these guys.
Where is this?
Outside the west gate.
It's camouflage.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
Okay.
Continue with the description there, Squeefy.
It looks like it has a seat for 1 pilot, and then the back end of it is opened with several seats, and a large in the back looks like some sort of turret. It also looks like it has 2 barrels of some kind facing forward from the pilot seat, like fixed in a forward position. It also doesn't appear to be on any wheels of any kind. Does anyone here have piloting hovercraft?
Oh, wait. Hold on just a second here.
Please tell me you do, Tavbak. I think I might too.
Oh, at 98%? Yeah.
And I have it at 85%. Oh my god, this is perfect, Tavbak. You can no, seriously, you can pilot the hovercraft, I can pilot the van, and we can ditch this thing right away in that cave, and I can drive us all back in the van.
Yeah.
Alright, so you both recognize that this is some form of hovercraft. Tavbak, can
Is
you
it
roll
a
me?
cycle? Sorry, inside joke. Inside joke.
What's that?
Roll me a skill check for piloting at a minus 25%, please.
Okay.
Who, both of us?
Both of you can, yes. As you take time to see if, because this is a hovercraft, but it's made.
Okay.
it's made from a planet that has had no contact with anything you know, so it's the same technology but following different lines, and you need to see if you can figure out
Okay,
how it works.
this would make
Harder
it
by 25.
Correct. Harder by 25%.
Okay, hold on a second.
I succeed
Yeah,
by
you
6.
succeed by 6.
All right, I'm just gonna go for it. Let's see. No, because I'm rolling.
You still Oh wait.
No.
No, he didn't add 25 to it, so
It's 100.
25 is
So
3.
okay, so Tavbak, you get the main principle down, but you're not quite sure how it's working. Xavier, you just like you get the idea. You can pilot this thing, and you can also instruct Tavbak to. But here's how it's going to work.
Okay.
If Xavier chooses to give, because Tavbak has the skill, which means that Tavbak's already. He only needs some minor instruction. No, it's this button, not that button. Okay, press this pedal at this time, and then he's good. But Xavier, if you pilot it, you have a -10 to all piloting checks. Tavbak, if you pilot it, you have a -20 to all piloting checks. Now, keep in mind, piloting checks are only made when you're trying to do something unusual. It's not made just to drive it.
Yeah.
Okay, can I just kind of get myself familiarized with the controls a little bit?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
So the
Sure.
main premise is either of you can operate this vehicle. If you need to try and do something fancy with it, like maneuvers or anything like that, you're going to be at a -20. Tavbak and Xavier, you'd be at just a -10 because it still is. It would take you some time to get really used to it.
So
everything's
he's
out of whack.
-10, I'm -20.
Yeah, imagine if you were trying to drive a car that's set up on the wrong side of the car.
Yeah, I was thinking of like some bizarre foreign car or something like that. Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
Okay.
aren't you both at like 72 or something now, with the minuses?
Yeah.
Huh?
Well, I failed mine by like.
Let's not worry about the math here right now. Okay, we
Yeah.
got everything that we need to worry about.
Yeah.
My suggestion is this: we load up all the armor. Oh wait, before I suggest this, is Adelin still like in the village?
He's not here. No. They are out trying to track down this
caravan.
They know nothing that has happened since the day you started taking requests from the town.
The only other question then is this: in any circumstance, can my character recall seeing Adelin read anything? Like whether it's like when we're doing the trade-off or something like that, like he was able to read.
I think he had. No, maybe he just said it. I think he had a list.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Plus, for the legendary compass
wrote
that we got, it came with written instructions on how to use it. So somebody needs to know.
The legendary what?
The legendary compass. You remember that?
I remember.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
There were written instructions with it. Yeah.
Yes.
There were
Okay, so this is my suggestion then, guys. Since Adelin isn't around and we can't really get word out, we load up all the armor, all the golden armor, the staves, the knives, everything, right? Actually, you know what? Maybe we can take care of the bodies too. We load up the bodies into there too, right? We drive the van, we go by close-ish to where the not like right where that nest was, you know what I mean? But like within, I don't know, 3 miles of the nest, right? Dump the bodies. Drive to the cave. I'll follow in with the van, of course. We dump everything in the cave. I'll write a note for Adelin, and hopefully him or whoever he's with are going to be literate, in case they go back to the cave and they're going to see this golden stuff and freak the fuck out. We can just be like, don't worry. We acquired this. Don't ask. And then we return to the village. And we continue to foster and help these people into the new way of the Triumphant. Until Adelin and his cronies come back. And, we take care of the caravan. Thoughts?
I just hope they get our message correctly.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Yeah, because if we got one slight miscommunication, they're going to ditch the armor, freak the fuck out, and then they're going to get killed. or whatever.
Well, if you guys are just dumping off bodies, need everyone to be there.
Do we need everyone? No. No, not at all. We just really need Tavbak and Xavier, because they're the ones who are going to be driving the van and the hovercraft.
All right. We could leave a few people behind. Just in case he does come back during that time or not.
Oh, yeah. Adelin, yeah. Okay.
And
yeah, we can split the party. We can have Tavbak and Xavier handle the bodies and everything else, and Isaac and you stay here. Not only in case they come, but make sure everyone's on the same page as far as the village goes.
Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty shaky time. We might want to make sure that...
Not ditch them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I
also...
would stick around since I'm Mr. Religious Mouthpiece, but, I mean, you guys can't drive the van.
No, we
can't.
we
got work to do, so it's gonna... Yeah, we gotta do this.
Also, we could collect on our first quest done. Boom! We got the kids.
Well, here's the question about that. Here's the question about that. About you talk about the reward for finding Mr. Serial Killer Stupid Face, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I know Xavier is as mercenary as they come. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Do you
this might not be a good time to ask.
Yeah, this might not be a good time to ask. It might be. Here's the thing. Not everyone is on board with this triumvirate thing, right?
Yeah.
Let's guess that if we're lucky, maybe about 70% of the people are on board, and that might be a high estimate. So how we're going to convince the other people who don't believe in the triumvirate to keep their mouths shut about the Radiant? Maybe if we show that we're pretty decent people, right? And we don't, and we donate the money to the village, that for the reward to help them with stuff. You know what I mean? Give these non-believers a reason to still get behind us.
Good PR. Yep.
Yeah, PR in other words.
All right, that's fine by me.
That's my suggestion. Yeah. I mean, trust me, this is the idea. Unfortunately, as soon as Xavier made that quote-unquote mental contract with promise you'll kind of help our village. Now Xavier's thinking, okay, so this is going to be like the long con, like the really, really, really long con.
Yeah.
So there'll be lots of chances for us to get sweet loot. But this is, as Piph said, a very tenuous circumstance. Very tenuous.
So we wait for offerings.
Exactly.
Yes,
or
yes,
other opportunities.
Yeah.
Or here's the thing. How about we plunder the people who actually have money and technology? The Radiant.
Yeah.
That's
all right, GM, I think we have a good plan.
Yeah.
Or at least some steps forward.
You guys are saying screw it, go back to the chip and doggy paddle back?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. It's the opposite. So step one. We're going to load the bodies, the armor, the weapons into the golden chariot, the hovercraft. Okay? Tavbak's going to drive the hovercraft. I'm going to drive our van. We're going to stop about 3 miles or so, maybe even a little bit further away. We're going to figure out when we get there, right? Dump the bodies, go to the cave, write a little note for Adelin, and then I'm going to drive Tavbak back. In the meantime, in the village, Lucas and Isaac are going to be doing a few things. The first most is that they're going to make sure everyone's kind of calm and okay, because this is still a very tense situation, right? Secondly, they're going to wait to see if Adelin or any of the resistance guys actually come back during this time. And thirdly, we just discussed, we figured that although we are welcome and we've been offered by the villagers for a significant reward, in regards to helping with that whole kidnapper and torturer of children, instead of taking the reward, we're going to donate it to the village to kind of help with good PR, right? Because our thinking is that not everyone is on board with this triumphant thing.
Right.
So the best way to get the village behind us is to show us that we really do have Baker's Village's best interest in mind. And hopefully it'll keep a few mouths shut.
Okay.
Groovy?
Groovy.
Mhm.
All right,
Okay.
so Tavbak and so again, we can handle this mostly narratively.
Sure.
Lucas and Isaac, I will let you know since it's the easiest. There are a lot of freaked out people, not to the point of hysteria, but to the point of extreme nervousness. The general atmosphere you get through the majority of the village is they trust you. They seem too much not to trust you, but trusting you isn't the same as not fearing the other guys.
Yeah.
So while they all seem to, most of the village seems to go about what they're doing with a quiet, haunted attitude. Like they've, and the village elder will even, not the village elder, Balin would probably tell Lucas or Isaac at one point that they've just passed a point of no return. And while the village may take some time to get used to it, it is a difficult thing to process. But other than that, everyone, when it comes to you guys, everyone seems very grateful. No one is blaming you for the death of Pieter. The widow, most of all. The widow is still grieving, but she doesn't seem angry at anyone, really. The children are reunited with their families, who are eternally grateful to you. And they are even more so when you tell them that you are giving back the reward to the village.
Yeah. Specifically so that they can use it to start building their shelters.
Exactly.
And
now, when you tell them these things, like I said, the atmosphere is haunted, except to you. You actually seem to be getting a general warm reception from the villagers for the most part. It's just a very quiet, unsure, warm welcome.
Cool.
Isaac,
I have a question for you about Balin.
Okay.
At any point in time, does he complain about the hole in his roof?
We don't know how that happened.
Sorry. As everyone's talking to me, I stepped away for a split second.
No.
No, I'm waiting for the reaction for Squee.
He will quietly bring it up to you when he explains how the general mindset of the villagers, and he will say, "By the way, there's a hole in my roof."
Yeah.
You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
Of course I wouldn't know anything about that, but I'd be more than happy to help you fix it. Or fix it for you. If I could figure out how to do it.
I think I can handle it on my own.
Are you sure? I'll be more than happy to help.
I notice that not everyone was there when I talked to your friend. And I know that I was under suspicions. I will have to try harder to ensure that no one else's houses are broken into, or perhaps damaged by the weather.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
In any case, I suppose it would not be good for the village to start questioning such trivial things now.
I mean, we caught the guy.
Yes, we did. And then he nods and then walks off.
Fuck, he knows. Okay.
Yeah, no shit, he knows.
Yeah.
It's not a coincidence that the one time he left his house to talk to guys who suspected him of being a serial killer, what do you know? There's a hole in his roof. And
I know.
was in his house.
I know, but we needed to address that.
Was this always here?
What? There's a
right,
hole in my roof.
Xavier and Tavbak.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to take you guys a good 2.5 hours there, and about 2.5 hours back.
Okay.
During
this time, Xavier will happily. Oh wait, we don't have a radio. Well, Tavbak can talk to himself. When there's a time, like when we're unloading the bodies and whatnot, I'll say to Tavbak, "Hey, this is perfect time. You can talk all you want before you have to not talk."
Well, I still keep it to a very low tone, though.
Can someone roll me? One of you two roll me a D100, please.
I'm not it.
Okay. Poor David is so dice shy right now. The only way you're gonna break your bad luck is by rolling more dice. See? Confidence.
You see?
The dice can sense confidence.
All right.
Yeah, right.
You guys actually managed to get all the way to where you're headed, unload the bodies, and get back without any issues.
Hooray.
Hey, how fast these things go, man?
Well, if you really gun it, it can go about 230 miles an hour. However, you know that its usual speed, or its considered cruising speed, that doesn't seem to be working too hard on it, is around 110.
All right, when we get there to the cave, I'm gonna go there. I like this vehicle. I'm gonna keep it.
Well, we'll see what the radio has to say with that. Have it one step at a time, but I'll tell you what, Tavbak.
Yeah.
If this wait before, can we look at this thing? Can Tavbak, or I guess Tavbak's much better at appraising this, but does this look like real gold?
It does look like real gold, but you can easily tell it's much tougher than gold. It looks to be some sort of steel alloy that is made gold to look like gold.
Well, okay. Well, Xavier will say, tell you what, Tavbak, when we get this all done and over with, I bet you we're going to have so many of these little stone things that we're going to need a big thing to haul it in. So, as long as there's room, I say we load this thing up on the second chance and go from there. Once all this is all said and done.
Yeah. But I like this. I like this a lot, and I really would like to have it with the ship as a memento. And you know what? I know I might have let that hostage die because I was at a disadvantage, and it's still
Xavier's going to shake his hand and go, hold up. Listen, it's been an intense day. A lot of people have said a lot of things, and I'm not going to lie to say I wasn't shaken to see that person's throat cut open. Okay? It's pretty rough. But also it's rough. What was rough was getting in that fight. Okay? I can count on one hand the amount of actual physical fights I've been in, and most of them have been with you guys. All right? Things happen quick in combat, okay? We did our best, and we made it out alive. All right? And you didn't slit that person's throat. That fucker did. And he's dead. They're all dead. They all paid for it. So don't beat yourself up for it. Or at the very least, beat yourself up for things that you can control. And then Xavier's going to give Tavbak a little punch on the shoulder. It'll be like messing up every time you're trying to lift something. God, I thought you were a professional thief. That was the whole reason you come along to this crew. Kind of give a little bit of a laugh.
Well, maybe I'm... You know what I've been thinking? That maybe this isn't for me, you know? Maybe I don't know.
Xavier's going to look around and be like, well, until you get that figured out, I don't think you'll have a lot of other business opportunities, Tavbak.
Yeah, true. All right. Well, I'm feeding way too hard into this. Okay. All right. Let's get back to the village, and let's get back to the village. And I'm just gonna get on the cycle and go and start it up.
Well, we're going to the cave first, Tavbak, and then we're going to the village. But yeah.
Well, after that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tavbak.
Yes, sir.
during your drive,
Mhm.
you get familiar enough with the hovercraft
Mhm.
that I'm gonna shoot you over a few stats. I'll have to write them out later, or write them out now. But you find out a few things.
Mhm.
One, this craft is incredibly durable.
Mhm.
For excuse me, for an SDC type vehicle. It looks like it has about 400 SDC, give or take. In other words, from your character's point of view, it looks like this thing could take a real beating before it goes down. It is built, designed to have no or present a minimum amount of weak spots. And it really looks like it can take a beating. You also find out, maybe by accident, maybe through trial and error, that the two little barrels that are fixed to the front of the vehicle fire out a linked dual laser beam
Oh, nice.
that can only be fired linked and does 1d4 times 10 SDC.
Nice.
You don't know what the turret does, though.
Okay. All right. So you're jotting down some stats.
Yeah, I'm going to shoot it over to you in a moment.
That's cool. That's cool. I'll just do it later on. All right. Awesome. Okay.
Right. So.
Right. I'm like,
Voting
I'm
on
done
me.
here. I don't know what else to say.
Okay, got it. So you guys are able to make it back within about 5 hours or so. At which point it is well past dark. This is technically your second full day that you've been in the village. And once it got dark, Isaac and Lucas, the elder would tell you that they were going to hold a memorial service for the Pieter, the man who was killed.
Yeah.
And Tavbak and Xavier, you arrive back when this is going on. The service is simple. The village elder creates a small pyre around where Xavier's token is standing. And they put the body upon it. And there's no religious intonement, nothing to the mad gods or even the new gods. He simply says that the village elder stands up there and he speaks about how Pater was a good man and a loving husband, and he knows how much it pained Pieter to outlive his two children, but he knew that this was a harsh world. We all know this is a harsh world. And I think that Pieter would have gladly given his life so that no one else would have had to lose theirs. And with that, the grieving widow will set the pyre on fire. And everyone is quiet. And then after about 15 minutes or so, people slowly wander off in different directions.
Okay.
So, after that, everyone pretty much calls it in for the night. You guys are welcome to stay at the tavern again.
For free?
Yes, for free.
Sweet.
Hooray!
Yeah.
Hope for free.
The reward that you donated back to the village, they offer you. We'll put it this way: they offer you 1,500 stones, which was what the parents had collected together. Are you giving all of this back to the village?
Yep.
It's gonna convince a lot of people.
Yep.
Okay.
We need people on our side.
We really need people on our side because just one word and our asses are boned.
Okay. The night's a very quiet night. There is no one in the tavern other than the tavern barkeeper and you. This is not a joyous night. It is not a hopeless night, but everyone can tell the atmosphere here is tense. As if as if Donald Trump was just elected and no one knows what's going to happen next.
Why did you have to make this video topical?
Why?
No, as if... Okay, I'm sorry. So it's as if everyone has opened a door and stepped through and don't really know what to expect.
Now you ruined it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the next morning, you guys would wake up to find Adelin down in the common room with two of his companions. And I assume you guys wouldn't all get there at once, but we can handle it, again, narratively, unless you guys don't want to. The idea would be he would politely wait for you all to get there and have breakfast with you. And as you're having breakfast, he'd say, "The elder told me what happened, though I'm still trying to process it. You guys really, really killed the Radiance."
Sorry, just to confirm, this is Adelin, right?
This is Adelin, yes.
Yeah.
Xavier, as Theta, will cross his arms and he'll say, "We did what needed to be we did what needed to be done. The seed has been planted."
I see. The talk around town, from what the elder told me, is that your gods have offered their protection.
They have.
That is warming to hear. I will return good news with good news. Well, we have discovered the caravan. We know where they are, and we are ready to hit them, though you should be forewarned, it is a difficult target to hit, but also a rich target to hit.
Xavier will pause for a moment and he'll say, "The cave where we did our initial deal, where we first met each other. Have you visited there recently?"
No, not I.
Well, then you will find something there that will perhaps make everything much easier.
Oh.
The Radiant didn't come on foot.
You have one of their craft?
And their
Xavier
armor.
nods slowly. Yeah, and then he'll point his chin over to Isaac, confirming what he said.
This is glad tidings, friend. This will make things much easier, for I had more good news, possibly. I made you a promise not just to find you work, but to help you find those items that you are after.
Yes, the gifts for the gods. This is a greater time as any that they'll be needed.
Yes. I do not know exactly where to find these items, but I do know the one place they can be found, and if things go well, I think I have a way of getting you there.
Good. Where is this place that you speak of?
The Golden City.
Of course. Of course. Good.
All technology and riches are found flow from there. We have never been able to get inside. It is difficult. You have to appease the gods to even be considered to live within the Golden Walls. But there might be a way if you offer them something they desperately want. But we can talk more on that later. First, we would need to attack this caravan, and we would need to let one of them go.
Why?
Suffice to say that in order for you to get into the Golden City, you have to offer something they need very badly. In order for that to happen, you have to create that need.
So you're saying we need to ransom this man in order to enter the town?
No. I'm saying you need to...
I see. He's saying that there needs to be, let's just say, some reinforcements to allow people to come into the city when there's danger about.
He shakes his head. He says, not quite. If the resistance attacks this caravan and slaughters it or damages it, say for one or two people who narrowly escaped, then they would think the resistance is much stronger than they first thought. And if such strangers, travelers from other land, were to bring said resistance members to them, well, you would be welcomed as heroes. And if said resistance members were not as imprisoned as someone thought, maybe they could do some damage from within.
Mm-hmm.
Ah. The old getting yourself captured switcheroo thing.
The Trojan horse.
Xavier will pause for a moment and say, at first I thought then, using the Radiant's own craft and armor against them of this caravan would be foolish. But no. It was the Resistance who killed the men out in the wastes, and it was the Resistance who used it to attack their own. They've gotten bolder.
Adelin nods. He says, it is dangerous, but I grow tired of watching our people suffer, and this is the best chance we've ever had of getting inside the Golden City. And if what you say is true, and you have one of their craft, as you said, the Resistance is starting to use their own weapons against them. But we must do this away from the villages. We cannot allow them to be implicated in our actions.
Agreed. And speaking of that, Adelin, you know the people here in Baker's Village more than we do. You know the ones who have the Triumphant in their heart. You know the ones who will band together when push comes to shove. And more importantly, you know the ones who are still terrified of the mad gods. We need you and your connections to find those people and to assure them to stay quiet and stay safe and stay within Baker's Village and not talk with the Radiant.
He nods and says, I have heard what you have done. My kid brother was one of those you found. Rest assured, we will do everything we can to aid you.
Thank you. Aiding us will aid Baker's Village. That was the oath I swore. It's an oath I intend to keep.
He says, I do have an uncomfortable question to ask you, and I beg your forgiveness if it is insulting, but if we are to be convincing, the Radiant must believe that we are willing to use technology. If you have come across any in your travels, perhaps some piece of technology you had planned to burn to your gods or goddess, maybe if you had something to show them that perhaps we were going to use, something to make them worry, to welcome you in. I don't know. I know how you feel about technology. I do not mean to offend. I am just trying to think like they do.
I cannot fault you for that. And we will not be offended that you asked. Then Theta's going to look around at everyone else and kind of see what their reaction is in regards to this.
The villagers noted their staffs as technology. Is that true?
There's the staffs that the guards use.
Mm-hmm.
Well, from what I've seen, it's not much different from our conventional weapons. But they're hovercrafts, certainly, but we need something beyond their technology. It's all well and good for us to kill their men and use their own technology against them, but we need something they don't expect. Something that would make them scared.
Isaac is going to bite his lower lip.
And then Xavier will say his Thedo, and he'll fold his hands in his lap, and he says, "In my wildest dreams, I would have never thought my body be a good enough vessel for Palladium. Already one miracle has happened here in Baker's Village. But, as you said, these are dire times. Perhaps the Triumphant is also tired of waiting across the wastes. We will pray. We will pray to Seslios himself and ask him to give to us a piece of technology he has not yet bartered to Dearest for destruction. I cannot promise results, for I cannot speak of the gods, but perhaps, if we are faithful, another miracle may happen."
He nods slowly, and he says, "Then there is only one question left to ask. Understand, I am willing to take whatever dangers are necessary, but I give you the choice. When we leave here for Bakersfield, we must move quickly. We must strike the caravan and approach the Golden City with all haste before they have a chance to learn themselves what has happened. The question is, we have two roles to play, that of the captors and that of the captives. I am not afraid, but I do not know which you would prefer to embody."
We are outsiders, as you said. Therefore, we would be the ones who would be trusted to bring in resistance fighters. After all, as outsiders, as traders from across the wastes, we have, well, we'll make them believe that we have no interest in the fight or in the politics over here. It will be as we came to you as, traders.
He nods and he says, "I am glad to hear you say that. I thought as much, but I didn't want to impose the more dangerous roles upon you without you willingly taking them."
I would assume the role of captive would be even more dangerous, don't you?
He and his two friends glance at each other, and then he looks back to you and he says, "No. As captives, the worst they can do is kill us. As heroes, well, they could turn us into the one thing we hate most. One of them."
Xavier will give a small chuckle. You have much to learn about faith. There is nothing the Radiant could do or say to sway me to their side.
I see. Well, then, prepare. Oh, go ahead.
That was in character. I'm just like, I bet you that truth stone in Xavier's pocket is turning bright black right now. I guarantee you, if the Radiant is like, hey, here's like 1,000,000 stones and all the things that you need, we'll be like, bye!
Fun! Woo!
No, because we protected the village, right?
Yeah.
I did my oath so far. I didn't say for how, you know what I mean? But
Yeah, and hold on. 1,000,000 stones at 5,000
Exactly.
each?
Yeah,
That's
that's
5
5 billion.
billion.
We
Yeah,
can buy a
exactly.
whole nother ship.
That's what I said. That's why I said the stone and the because Xavier said there's nothing that they could do. No, he could think of a few things.
Yes.
Then Adelin would say, "Well then, take time, prepare however you need. When we head out, we hit hard and we hit fast. If
New
you need
garb,
time to,
perhaps.
oh, go ahead.
New garb, perhaps. After the incident in the inn, myself and a few of my fellows have our explorer wear has been in danger.
We have something a bit more aggressive that you could wear." He says, looking at your travel garb.
Aggressive is good.
Nothing quite as fine as their golden armor, but better than simple merchant's clothes, to be sure.
Indeed. As long as it doesn't give us away as travelers, then we will take whatever is offered.
He nods. If you need time to prepare, let me know. We will be here when you're ready.
Okay. For the record, I'm going to, during this little bit of downtime, I'm going to reload my clips, because I have like 5 shots in one. So I'm going to just kind of, you know how you can manually load a clip so it's, full again?
You kind of have to.
You kind of have, you know how you can do it? There's magic, you can magically do it. I'm just gonna change my clip, pretty much in my pistol. So I'm gonna have like 5 loose rounds, I guess you could say, and 3 full clips. So okay.
What caliber do you take?
725.
Damn, I don't have that with me.
Oh well.
Oh well.
That's okay.
The walking armor has a hole.
I still have like 29 bullets, so I'm good. I'll be very surprised if Xavier fires this gun 29 fucking times.
Yeah.
So, out of character, you guys have as much time as you need to figure things out and decide things. They let you know that within the next 24 hours or so would probably be best. They don't know how long the caravan's still going to be where it is, but it is traveling in a fairly straight line, so they should be able to keep track of it.
Okay.
Cool.
I think all I'm going to do is reload my pistols. Are you still good with the Desert Eagles, Tavbak?
Well, I thought you took them back a good while
No.
ago.
You still have them. They're mine, but you still have them on your person.
Oh, that would have been nice to know during the fight. Okay.
Yeah, I thought you knew that. I'm sorry.
No, I thought you took them back.
No.
Now we all know who really killed that man.
Dun dun dun.
Can we go back? No, mind.
Can we go back?
Jeez.
Okay. So they're on loan to me, correct? And I have them.
Yeah. They're on loan to you, but as soon as we leave the
Okay.
planet, I expect them back. Like
I'm gonna get my own.
I paid triple the amount that you're supposed to pay because they are inlaid with silver and patinaed
Sweet.
black.
That's
They
hot.
look fucking amazing.
Well, I'll make sure to take the best care of them that I can.
Okay.
And if
Watch 3 sessions from now, Tavbak loses one of them.
Oh,
hey, I'm
jeez.
fully responsible
Or
for them.
Palladium's gonna eat it or something.
I
Yeah.
still got money. I'll buy them back for you, and I'll get me some too.
Also,
Anyways.
Yeah.
you have 2 extra magazines each. Or 2 extra magazines for the guns total. So 1 magazine each. And it's 7 rounds per magazine.
I got you. I got it all written. I got it all typed in. So we're
Good.
You guys are also at some point you would be approached by the village elder. He would say that Adelin gave him only the briefest of details. The less that the village knows, the better. But he
Yes.
knows that you're about to go do something dangerous. He says any supplies that you may need, food, water, shelter, etc., or not shelter, but you're allowed to have. And he has convinced the merchants to part with one of the items that they offer, magical items they offer of your choice.
Great.
Oh my god, seriously?
Awesome.
And
And then-
on the list, it does not include the Pendant of Truth. You
Damn
still
it.
have to buy that one.
Oh
Damn
yeah, I
it.
should return. By the way, I returned the pendant
Okay.
of truth back.
Yeah, to the
Yeah.
bartender. Yeah,
Yeah.
that one is not included. That is 1,000 stones. They're not giving that up.
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
Yeah.
We have a pick of one magic item.
Yeah.
One magic item from the 3 that are among their stalls.
So guys, let's decide that first, and then I had an opening for us to quote unquote find by a miracle a piece of technology, and we should agree on what that should be. But first things first, I guess we should decide on what. So either magical ring of blinding light, necklace of smoke, or ring of antidote, right?
Yeah.
So what do we want?
Lucas would be fond of many, but has no particular want if you chose anything. AKA, my character would love magical items in general. Probably one of you are most likely going to take it, and a lot of these aren't really pertaining to my character. So, go nuts, guys.
I think they all would come in useful in some way.
Mhm.
So I am pretty neutral to what is chosen.
Okay, well, time for old Inferno pants to put in a vote. We know Isaac can negate poison, right?
To a certain
Psychically
extent, yeah.
speaking.
Yeah, it takes...
To a certain extent?
Yeah, it takes a few minutes to actually go off. It is
Okay, well, that-
66 minutes.
Okay, no. You can die in that time. My
Yeah.
vote is for the Ring of Antidote.
And
That will
that's what
save
I
our
was going to say,
asses.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess if the other two are neutral and you and I agree, it's Ring of Antidote.
Oh, fuck.
What?
I forgot something. That's fine.
What?
Can you cure poison?
No, I just remembered that I probably could have saved that dude's life. Anyway.
Just a small thing.
Damn it! Piph!
Can we go back? Can we retcon all
Can we
this?
that? Yeah.
Aw. I feel so bad because I
would be
wanted to save that
great.
dude's life.
Wait. Now, don't tease us, Piph. Tell us how you could have done it.
If I remember correctly, one of my shurikens can actually cure light wound or
Aw.
whatnot.
Oh well. C'est la vie. You're
Yeah.
busy bashing heads. Actually, during the time you were knocking that guy out, so. Anywho. Okay, so piece of technology, right? The only things I can think of is Xavier's risk computer and Tavbak's scanner that's in the van. Did we have anything else of high tech hidden on the van? Because there's no way we're gonna have
No.
Technically, there are two
No, we left
weapons
everything.
that I have.
Okay.
The Techno Wizard weapons that shoot lightning.
That you've already used?
Yeah.
Well, we can't say that's high technology because that's gonna blow our fucking cover.
Yeah. Plus,
Yeah, I'm gonna let you know right now. The civilians thought that you were casting some kind of spell.
yeah.
They're already pretty sure that your magic is different because you didn't have to speak the words to cure someone.
Yeah.
So.
But technically, from a technical standpoint, it's a Techno Wizard item, which is technology and magic at the same time. So
Yeah, but that's not viable for right now. So I guess the question is, what do we want to use? God, it might be sacrificed. Oh God, my wrist mounted. I guess I don't know, Tavbak. I guess you love your scanner a lot too, don't you?
Don't you touch my scanner.
Okay, then it's my wrist mounted computer.
Mm.
So I think what we're gonna do is old Thedo is gonna go on himself a little mini pilgrimage, and guess what's gonna happen?
Mm.
Another miracle. Are we lucky?
Gasp.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We do need to end the session. I know, Dave, you have to go soon. I'd like to try and get to a certain point, but
Well, let's try.
sure.
Oh no.
So
Oh,
let's
okay.
give it a
Okay.
So is it okay if we narratively do the idea of the miracle, like
Yes.
Xavier goes, finds it. Oh, look, another miracle. Got it.
Well, I think
Uh,
I was going to do because Xavier isn't going to parade through Baker's Village and say, "Oh, look what I found technology!" Right? He's gonna when we next meet Adelin, Xavier will tell him a story about how he's praying and he was told he got a voice in his head to go off into the desert, into the wasteland, and then there to a spot he started digging and he found something, and then he'll reveal his wrist-mounted computer privately to Adelin. You know what I mean? To keep it on the hush-hush.
mhm.
So, yeah, we can just narratively say that's what happened if that's cool with you.
Adelin looks at you for a while, but then nods and says, "You truly are blessed. This is what we need. This foul device will be our ticket into the Golden City."
The gods work in wondrous ways. Do not thank me for the gifts they grant us. It reinforces.
He
They are
almost
with you.
sneers when he says, "A piece of the devil to enter hell." It is a dangerous road we are traveling, my friend.
Xavier thanks. Yeah, no shit, savage.
Yeah, no shit, savage.
Brutal.
Rude.
Listen,
Rude.
listen. Xavier has a soft spot for kids. Xavier he will do a contract. He'll do his job, right? It doesn't mean he has to like this situation.
Oh yeah.
In fact, these guys are getting very easy to manipulate in his mind.
Mm-hmm.
Hence, savage.
We need to break him out of that mentality.
No, we'll see.
Yeah.
So, before we go, as you guys have the technology, and then you're all ready. You're set to go, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You let Aelin know, and he says, "Okay, we will take you to the caravan." As you are getting ready to go, Lucas, you feel a tug on your pant legs.
In his mind, no, it's happening again.
Damn it, Lucas. You look down, do you ignore, do you run?
No.
You run in horror because it's happening again.
Lucas actually is completely fine with it. A normal joke within his mind as he giggles and turns back.
You see the little girl that slept on your knee, and she looks up at you, and she goes, "Are you leaving?" She's speaking rather hesitantly, like talking is not easy for her.
Lucas will bend down, kind of squatting, like knees to his head, and say, yeah, we're most likely going to be traveling again.
She nods sadly, and she then holds up in front of her a doll. It's one of the same dolls you saw in her room before, made from some sort of dried plant. It looks like straw, and it's tied in the shape of a person. But this time, you notice that tied to one of the hands is what looks like a rope tied together of multicolored cloth. It looks like a miniature version of the magical handkerchiefs you pulled out. And she says, "At least I have this." And she grins.
Oh, wow. As he looks at it a bit closer. Oh man, you got exactly how I look too. Did you make this?
She nods quietly.
It's actually really good. What?
Nothing. Nothing.
See Xavier off to the side, admiring the craftsmanship.
No, I'm snorting because of the word actually. Like, he was surprised. Like, that's pretty good for a kid.
She is quiet, and then she nods, and then she starts running off. And she runs basically to the legs of Samantha, who is standing about 10 feet away. And Samantha says, she wanted to say bye before you left. Thank you all again. My little girl is talking. I don't think that would have happened without you. Praise be to your gods. To our gods.
Oh, shoot, that reminds me. Lucas will actually look around for Peter. I think that was his name.
Yes, the little kid. The young one that was with her, yes.
Okay. He's actually gonna go over to Peter and kneel down and is like, hey. Does he respond?
He looks at you, and he says, "Oh, hi, mister."
Yes. Well, I heard about you and that little lady over there. When you're older and you think you're ready, give her this. And he's going to hand over a fancy pipe.
When you reach out to hand something over, he instinctually flinches away from you, and then kind of looks at you, and he says, I'm sorry. Give her what?"
This. It won't bite. There's nothing particularly too special about it. It's just a symbol of once you think girls are no longer icky, this will be a symbol of your friendship.
Oh. Okay. And he very slowly takes it, and he says, "Well, thank you, mister. And thank you for saving me."
Oh, that? Shoot. Anytime.
He nods, and then he kind of just stares at you. It's very clear that this kid is, from his body language and the way he acts, he's still, for lack of a better word, he is psychologically damaged. Maybe not as horrible as could be, but it's been one day since he's been pulled from a dungeon, so he is still...
wuss.
He is still recovering.
What a little pleb.
Lucas
No.
knows very well about the state of mind of people, and many of them. He will not pry any further. He'll get up, stretch, and be on his merry way.
Okay, so basically you guys exit the village, and you see Adelin outside with 4 other vehicles in addition to your van, and he says,
What about the golden hover vehicle?
You're gonna have to pick it up on the way.
Okay, sorry, please continue.
And he says, "Are you ready?"
In a moment, out of character, Burn brought up the ring. Who should be wearing it? Who should be having it? My suggestion is this. For those interested parties say that they're interested, and if there's more than one person, we roll off for it.
I'm going to have mine as like if nobody else wants it, Lucas will definitely take it. But yeah, it's purely a character thing where he just likes magical items.
Okay. I'm interested in it. the idea of Xavier not getting poisoned is very interesting to him, or very yeah.
Yeah. Tao?
I'm a neutral party.
Okay, so I
Okay.
guess it's just me and you, Burn. Coin flip. How about we just roll a 1d2? What number do you want?
I will take 2.
Okay, I'll take 1. Hey, Squee, could you be the impartial roller for us, please?
Sure.
So I'm 1, Burns 2.
All right. Roll 1d2.
Okay.
Congrats, Burn. Ended up being on your finger anyway.
I am actually okay with giving it to you anyways.
No, I don't want it that badly. Take it, Burn.
I'm
Take
putting it
I
in your
insist.
group loot.
That's the whole reason why.
Hmm.
Jesus, I didn't want it that badly. I just thought I'd make it interesting.
What?
All right.
Okay.
Okay,
I figured.
So I'm just going to get you guys to a point so that because you might have some planning to do. I'm going to get you guys to where the caravan is. You guys head out in your 5 vehicles. You stop off by the caves and hide one of the vehicles, and the crew from that vehicle gets into the hovercraft. And one of you, I believe you guys decided Tavbak was going to drive the hovercraft.
Yes.
Well, yeah, because if we still have the van, then I have to drive the van, right?
Unless you all pile into the hovercraft.
We could all pile into the hovercraft. That would be
We
neat.
could easily.
But
And it would save our van from getting wrecked, and would save our gas too.
Yes, it would. Yeah.
So how about we leave the? Hey, here's the idea. How about we leave the? Wait a second. Okay, wait. We just have to think of a step ahead, because almost immediately after this, we're gonna have to get our butts over to the center area, their capital city, right?
Mhm.
And we're not going to be taking the friggin' golden hovercraft, so we should bring the van along with us, even to this ambush, right? Yeah, because that's our traveling van. We made it look all weary and stuff like that. It's going to sell us as travelers across the waste. Yeah, so
Okay.
yeah, Tavbak's going to be driving the hovercraft. I'm going to be driving the van, and both are going to the ambush.
Got it. All right, so
right.
they hide one of their trucks, and Tavbak, you're in the pilot seat, and you see 3 people in the back of the hovercraft. One of them is sitting at the turret, looking very confused, like not sure what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
And the other 2 have
Join the
weapons.
club.
Now, and then you guys travel another 4 hours or so away from Baker's Village until you reach a crest where Adelin says, if our calculations are right and they haven't changed course, they should be over this ridge.
Oh, Piph wanted to do something.
Yes, Piph, Lucas.
The armor that I was being told about, did everyone get that, or just the people who got damaged armor?
That's actually up to you. I'm sorry, I did gloss over that. Anyone who wants it can get better armor. Now, it's going to look like local armor, like the same stuff that Adelin and the others are wearing.
Oh, I got an idea then. How about we just use that for the fight and change into our traveler armor when the fight is done?
There you go.
We can keep it in the van.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, okay. So, give me a second. You guys will get battle armors, which is. Let me give you the stats real quick. Well, basically, I'll let you know right now. It's the same kind of stuff that you're wearing, except the robes themselves are lined with a metal-like mesh. So it's almost like chainmail on the inside of robes and trench coats. It's going to give you an AR of 12 and an SDC of 44.
Oh, wow. What a step up.
And it also should let you know it weighs 40 pounds. It's pretty heavy.
So it's
Okay.
just 4 more SDC than what we had before.
But a much better AR rating, I believe.
No.
Oh no, it's
No,
not. It's the
AR.
same AR rating. Yeah.
Okay. Out of curiosity, who's gonna be wearing this golden armor? Have the rebels already kind of yoinked that?
No one's taken it yet, unless you tell them to.
So guys, how about in the fight we just use the golden armor?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
what I'm
change-
thinking.
and then change to our traveler armor, the one that we originally had once the fight is done.
That sounds
Yeah,
fun
because
to me.
this armor's...
That
All right.
sounds fantastic.
Okay.
All right.
All right, then you guys have the stats for those. That's 52 pounds. I did not give you that part, but it's 15 AR, 100 SDC. Let me
And
go ahead
I'm
and
pretty sure there's going to be a prowl penalty.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Really
with golden
hope so.
armor. I would think so. I would hope
Minus
so.
30, because this is very similar to almost old school plate armor. It's made from metal, and it's a little bit more maneuverable. It's not as clunky, but it is made from metal, so it
Damn,
does
son.
clean.
Yeah.
Just for the record, I am still totally taking an offered heavier Syrenese garb. By the way, it's just gonna stay in the van.
Got it.
Oh yeah, same here. Because I have
We need
6
all the armors.
SDC
Got it.
left in my
All right.
other.
So,
Yeah.
I'm going to move you guys over here. So you crest the ridge and you look down upon the caravan below you. And what you see are 3 of these golden hovercrafts in a line. 2 of them, the front and the back, are very similar to what Tavbak is driving. A giant kind of turret type thing in the back, the lasers in front, and a few guards in each. There's a pilot, someone manning the turret, and then a third guard standing in the hovercraft. In the middle is another hovercraft with a pilot, and laden in the bed of the hovercraft are chests. Lots of chests.
Yummy.
Sweet.
Yay. No. Just no.
So, the reason why I'm letting you guys stop here is I'm going to let you guys over the course of the week kind of decide how you want to go about doing this. You can see your trucks, so the white van, the hovercraft I've colored green just so you guys can
Right.
tell which one's you. The blue, yellow, and red trucks. Here's to make fighting faster. I'm going to simplify the trucks that don't involve you, which means instead of giving everyone in the trucks a shot or whatnot, I'm just going to kind of average the kind of damage they can do and act as if each truck is one person that does the damage of a combined.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a great way to do it. That's a great way to do it.
Now-
When you ever have big things like this,
Mhm.
that's fantastic. Either that or just narratively have them like do something at the end of every round or whatever,
Well,
and kind of spice
I've
things up.
decided to do it this way because I want to give you guys a little bit of freedom in how you want to go about this. Because I will let you know. You would know from what Adelin told you that the yellow truck here, on average, when they have a turn, they can do. They usually are using assault rifles and machine guns. They can do, on average, 1d4 times 10 SDC. And I'll write all this down for you, so don't worry.
Okay.
The blue one has a bunch of RPGs, so they can
Damn.
do about 2d4 times 10 SDC per round.
Oh my God, these guys don't fuck
This
around.
guy's got it in the bag. We'll just hang back.
The red one is the one with Adelin, and they are kind of a mix between the two. They can do about 1d6 times 10. Now, keep in mind, this is, and they're going to have about 2 attacks per round, so 2 actions per round. So keep that in mind, and I just figured that I'll give you guys those stats, and you can kind of play around with how you want to go about this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, and we'll go ahead and end the session here, and then next week you guys will hit yourselves a caravan.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Awesome.
All right.
All
Thanks
right.
everybody for
Another
watching.
cliffhanger.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, everybody. I'll see you all next
Bye,
week.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.